Did the Carolina Panthers finally find their nickel cornerback? What's going on, Panther Nation? It's your boy LCameraTV here, man. And I've been working on something for a little while now, but I finally got it in place. I got my affiliate link for NFL shops, so you can cop all your NFL gear on my page. The link is in the description below, man. I know y'all want your Carolina Panther jerseys, hats, mugs, all types of cool stuff. You know, I got a Cam Newton jersey. I'm trying to get a Christian McCaffrey and a Luke Kuechly, you know what I'm saying? I got offense. I definitely need defense, man. So any NFL fan or Panther fan that wants some NFL gear, come to my affiliate link, cop some jerseys, cop some mugs, cop some stuff, man. Make sure you represent the Carolina Panthers when they're in London and wherever else, man. And thank y'all for showing love and tuning in. Definitely cop some gear. If y'all don't want the L camera, you might as well get the Carolina.
Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo! Welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Roman.com and wherever else. And guys, we got a lot to talk about today, guys. The Carolina Panthers have released their unofficial depth chart, so we got to talk about some of the things that was surprising, but you know, understandable. Then we got to talk about that. The Carolina Panthers might have found their new nickel cornerback, so we definitely got to talk about that. And I got to give love to a certain analyst that actually showed the Panthers some love finally. So we got a lot to talk about today, guys, so let's get started. So the Carolina Panthers just released their unofficial depth chart, and there had some things that were kind of surprising but understandable. So the Carolina Panthers are not starting any rookies at all, you know what I'm saying, which is kind of surprising because obviously Brian Burns was their first round pick, you know, as a pass rusher. But knowing the Panthers usually always bring around their first round picks pretty slowly. If you think about it, the only person who really started that was a first round pick for the Carolina Panthers was Cam Newton. Luke Kuechly, if you remember, was not the original middle linebacker. He was the outside linebacker. He just played so well, he kind of pushed John Beeson to the outside and he moved into the inside. That was Luke Kuechly. Obviously, Shaq Thompson was behind Thomas Davis. Vernon Butler behind K'Wan Short and Kyle Love. You know, so even DJ Moore was behind, you know, obviously Devin Funchess and Torrey Smith. You know, Christian McCaffrey was behind Jonathan Stewart. So they kind of always bring about them slowly, and then when they see how dominant they could be, they kind of just be like, all right, let's transition to them. You know, let's put them in the starting lineup. That happened with Christian. That happened with DJ Moore. But it just depends on the person. Like, you know, Shaq Thompson was playing, but he was not the you know, when it was the two linebacker sets, it was more Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly. So obviously that's why, you know, Shaq Thompson was kind of like the backup, but he wasn't really backup, but he was because we did a 4-3. But when it was the two linebacker sets, when they did their nickel package and stuff like that, Shaq Thompson wouldn't really be on the field. You know what I'm saying? It'll be more Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly. That's why they had to let Thomas Davis go, because they needed Shaq to see what Shaq has, because this is his contract year. So it's always like that. Vernon Butler obviously didn't pick his fifth-year option, so he never really got to start. But it's always been like that. It's always been like, okay, you know, first rounders, they kind of bring them on slowly. Another thing that was kind of surprising is they have Darrell Williams slotted as the left tackle spot. Now, mind you, if you've been watching practice, Darrell Williams has been taking all the first ring reps, so you can't really be too surprised by that. And I think what they're trying to do is, I think they're trying to let Greg Little, you know, absorb as much as he can, you know what I'm saying, from Darrell Williams and John Matsko the first year. And then after his contract comes up, they're probably going to just, you know, say, hey, see you later, Darrell Williams. Already going to probably, you know, re-sign him and move him to guard and just have Greg Little left tackle. That's what I'm thinking. But they'd probably just let Darrell Williams go because the price tag is going to probably be pretty high, just be honest with you. So those were the two things I've seen that was kind of like, I'm kind of surprised. I definitely think Brian Burns will still be an impact player. I definitely think, well, Greg Little probably won't be as much of an impact player. I think Christian Miller will make an impact. Jordan Scarlett, that's another thing that was surprising. The depth chart so far is Christian McCaffrey, Cameron Payne, and then I think Reggie Bonifant. Then, you know, the other guys come in, Jordan Scarlett and Elijah Hood with Holyfield, which is kind of surprising. But again, you know, Reggie Bonifant was on the practice squad last year. You know, he got a year under his belt, so he's a little ahead of everybody else. We'll see how everything happens in the preseason and see if people can, you know, kind of change their, you know, position and depth chart. And like I said, it's the unofficial depth chart, so it doesn't really mean too much. But it's just certain things you see. Like, I think the Darrell Williams thing is going to be, you know, is going to stay. I think the Brian Burns not starting thing is going to be also, you know, a staple because you got Bruce Irvin and Mario Addison. So I think those two are going to be solid. But I think, You know, certain things might be able to, I think George Carter might be able to move up a little bit depending on how he plays. I think, you know, Elijah Holyfield can move up a little bit depending on how he plays and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see how things are. And obviously Trey Boston, they started him as a starting free safety. So there's a few things I was paying attention to, whatever, you know, positions of you know, issue, or just, you know, positions that to pay attention to. And I'm pretty unsurprised. Most of the things I did see coming, DJ Moore and Kurt Samuel starting receivers, I seen all that stuff coming. So I'm not too surprised. It's just the Brian Burns thing and the Greg Little thing. I thought they were going to be impact players from the beginning, but the Panthers are known to bring along their rookies kind of slowly. So we'll see how that goes. And the other thing I want to talk about is the Carolina Panthers modifying their nickel cornerback in Javien Elliott. Javien Elliott, if y'all don't know, he came from Tampa Bay also. From you know, not at the same time, but when we got Gerald McCoy a little bit after that, we got Javien Elliott, and he didn't seem like a big signing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was just, okay, you know, he's just a rotational guy, but he been getting first team reps, and he's been making plays, man. I think the first time he started first team reps, he got an interception. I think today he got an interception too, man. So he's been looking pretty good. You know, he was behind Corn Elder and Cole Luke because they've been in the system for a long time, but once he's starting to pick stuff up, man, he's making plays. He's jumping routes. He's starting to figure things out, man. He looks like he's going to be a pretty good nickel. Now, mind you, you know, Rashawn Golden is also, you know, involved in the big nickel situation. Now, mind you, when they do the big nickel, it'll probably be Rashawn Golden because of his size. But Javien Elliott, when it's a true nickel package, he's probably going to be the one in the nickel package because, like I said, he's a good, you know, corner. He jumps route. He's, you know, understands plays. And he's been flashing, and the Panthers organization has been seeing it. So, watch out for Javien Elliott. Like I said, the race is nowhere near done. Obviously, preseason didn't even start yet. But if he keep on making plays like this, I think he can secure that position. Like I said, Corn Elder, he might be a bust compared to where he wasn't that high of a draft pick anyways, but we at one point wanted him to be the nickel cornerback. And it seems like he's not living up to the billing, man. This is like the second, third year, maybe even more than that, where he's kind of like got passed over. We had Captain Munnerlyn for a little bit. And he's never really been able to seize the position. That's why they keep on getting guys and getting them in front of him. So it's kind of sucks that, you know, Corn Elder, I thought he'll be a better player than what he is so far. I see him get beat a lot, you know what I'm saying? I remember last practice, he was in for Dante Jackson and he was getting beat, you know what I'm saying? Even when, you know, last year when Dante Jackson had to sit out, he got in one game and they just immediately started attacking Corn Elder and he was getting beat like crazy. So I don't know if he's going to be on the team long. You know, you might see him get cut depending on the situation. But I don't know, man. He does not look like he's developing the way we thought he would. But watch out for Javien Elliott, man, because he might be our nickel cornerback for the future or just for this year in general. But he looks like he's doing pretty well. Like I said, we got to see preseason. We got to see him in the actual game. But from the first review of him, whatever that we've seen, and, you know, his first team reps that he's getting, he's been performing. So, you know, production is what matters. And finally, I gotta show love to somebody who showed us love. MJD from NFL Network. And if y'all don't know who that is, that's Maurice Jones-Drew. The man been saying the same thing I've been saying. The Carolina Panthers are definitely being slept on. Now, he sees the potential in the Carolina Panthers, just like I do. First of all, Maurice Jones-Drew was like, he sees a lot of stuff with the Panthers. He believed that Christian McCaffrey could be an every down back when everybody else said he couldn't. And obviously, Christian proved that. He believes in Cam Newton's ability when everybody says Cam Newton's an average quarterback, which is obviously a lie. And now he's the first one, well, not the first one, because obviously I was the first one, but he's one of the first, you know, NFL Network, you know what I'm saying, publication type of things to say that the Carolina Panthers being slept on, or they're one of the best teams in the NFC, which I definitely agree with. You know what I'm saying? We got all these acquisitions. We did all these great moves in the offseason. We got all these pieces. And people still think, oh, they're just an average team. That blows me. You know what I'm saying? If the Patriots would get Gerald McCoy, or if the Saints would have got Gerald McCoy and you know what I'm saying, and did all these other moves, and the Panthers signed Matt Paradis, a Pro Bowl center, and did all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't say that they're an average team. They would say that they're a good team. I mean, people are raving about the Eagles, and Carson Wentz is coming off a back injury. You know what I'm saying? But nobody worry about that. You know what I'm saying? They got all these acquisitions in Jordan Howard and you know, Deshaun Jackson, and everybody's like, oh, see, they're souped up. But I'm like, okay, we got a bunch of acquisitions too that are pretty dominant. You know what I'm saying? And they were dominant at one time, and everybody's like batting the eye. You know, nobody's bothering about us. And I definitely think we're slept on. Maurice Jones-Drew sees that we're slept on, and me and Maurice will be proven right, man. And obviously our Panther fans will be proven right because we see the talent that we have on this field. Like, Greg Olsen is healthy. Plus, I think Ian Thomas can be a very good player for us. You know what I'm saying? Now he has 1 year under his belt. Now, mind you, him being in training camp and stuff like that, we got to see how he progresses. But I like Ian Thomas. I think he'd be a very good tight end for us. You know what I'm saying? I think, DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel are bound for breakout years. You know what I'm saying? Because especially Curtis Samuel and the way he's been shredding up in practice. Dante Jackson is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Trey Boston, we sure about free safety position. Eric Reed, Gerald McCoy. We got all these playmakers. Literally, we have 8 first-round players on our defense. 8 first-round picks on our defense, man. And people are just, passing us by. We have one of the best linebackers in the game in Luke Kuechly, which I think should be a 99 on Madden, but obviously they kind of shafted him, whatever. But we have a stacked defense. Our O-line has been rebuilt, you know what I'm saying, obviously. We got a really good running back. Our quarterback looks like he's on the mend and is going to be healthy by the beginning of the season. And we got 2 young receivers that are going to be dynamic. I think we are prone to have a really good season, man, but everybody's counting us out. So I can't wait for the season to start, man, so Maurice Jones-Drew and me could be proven right, and all my Panther fans can be proven right, man, because I see the talent that's on that Panthers defense and offense, and obviously Maurice Jones-Drew sees it also, but we just got to get the rest of the league to see it, man. Like I said, they sleeping on us. We about to wake them up real soon. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share some cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Rumble.com and wherever else. And guys, get in the comment section, man. How do you feel about the unofficial depth chart that the Carolina Panthers released? Do you like it, dislike it? How do you feel about that? Also, do you think Javien Elliott will be our nickel cornerback? And how do you feel about Maurice Jones-Drew? You know what I'm saying? Speaking the truth. Put that all in the comment section below. Check out my Spreadshirt account. Check out the Patreon page. Both of those links are in the description below. You know what I'm saying? Check that out. Cops on LCamera gear. Check out the Patreon page. I also have an affiliate link with NFL Shops. You can get all your Carolina Panther gear before the preseason game, before the NFL season on my channel. It's dope stuff, man. Obviously, get your hats, mugs, all kinds of stuff from, the NFLshops.com. Get your Carolina Panther stuff, bro, before, the season starts. It's going fast. Just let y'all know. Link is in the description below. Share with all our Panther fans. You might Panther related, you might football related. Y'all already know what it is, man. Check out my dog Renan Steen's page. We have a podcast together. Very funny dude, very talented. His video's going to be on the very end of mine and the end screen. Check him out, man. Like I said, very funny dude, very talented. Shout out to all the people who've been trickling over there. I've been seeing y'all in the comment section, man. I've been trying to interact with y'all, whatever. OG Low, Miss Black, y'all already know what it is. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for always showing love to the boy, man. And I can't wait till the Panthers go like 6-0 and everybody's like, oh my God, what's going on with Carolina? I'm like, I told y'all. I don't know if we're going to go 6-0, but I definitely think we're going to wake a lot of people up. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.